Welcome everyone to Dynamite After Dark. We're gonna start the show.
That's all systems go. We need that AFW logo up. Stat.
You're watching the AFW Network.
Well. Good evening, everybody. October 8th, 2024. I am barely awake, but we are here. It's after dark. It's well after dark.
It's almost midnight.
It's almost midnight after dark. And we're here to talk about some Dynamite. I am the effing expert, Mr. Isaacs.
And I am the patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada effing dry. And this feels like the garage after dark.
Yeah,
it does.
It's not the same. It's not the usual crew. We're taking over.
Yeah, I think we kind of like made a couple of trades here. We did kind of like a Jake Roberts and we did kind of a trade here, like Callis and Roberts, but we apparently got rid of JFB and Rich, and I came in because I'm just that valuable that it's got to be like a 2-for-1 deal, right?
Well, what you are, you're like LFI in the trade that just get thrown in out of nowhere. It's like, wait, they aren't even in the stable.
I have the value of 3 Mexican wrestlers,
Yes.
is what you're saying. Gotcha.
Yes.
I will take that. I'll take that. But you guys know we do our usual triad. The best threesome you'll ever find on a Saturday evening, but this time we are reprising that part 2, if you will, on a Tuesday with our cohort, the gentleman below, the American hero himself. Introduce yourself, sir.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Commissioner Joe, a.k.a. the EVP of everything AFW. How are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Oh, my God. I am tired. I am barely awake. I did not realize Dynamite was going to end at like 11:10. I had no idea. But, yeah, here I am. I didn't want to take any more caffeine because I didn't want it to keep me up. But at the same time.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah, it's like I was kind of in this weird catch-22 situation where it's like, do I take a little caffeine so I'm more lively on the show, but possibly risk losing sleep and then having to get up early and that. If it was Saturday, I wouldn't give a shit. Yeah. But on a Tuesday,
something tells me this Saturday we're going to need some caffeine after the pay-per-view. So,
oh God. Well, the pay-per-view is probably going to be 7.5 hours long for one run. That's how AEW pay-per-views usually are.
And you know what? But that's okay because I pay $50. I want my money's worth.
I got to do it that way too. If I'm paying the money for this thing, I want bang for my buck. I don't want no 5-match wonder thing.
Yeah, at some point though, don't you feel like it kind of drags a little?
Pay-per-views, I never find that they drag.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just right into it usually.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys, like, if you're just going match after match, I'm good. But, like, and I know people love the WWE's pacing. I absolutely hate it. I find it, like, it's too slow for me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
There was like an hour worth of wait time in between each match.
Yeah, I feel like there's a happy medium between what AEW does and what WWE does.
Well, when we start the official AFW wrestling promotion, we will do the mixture of those two. That's what we're gonna do.
Speak it into existence, Mr. Isaacs.
Oh yeah.
Because I if you dream it, you never know what can happen.
All it's going to take is one of us to win the lottery.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's not how it's gonna go down.
I mean, that'll expedite it. That's for sure.
It would, but we got to be a lame story.
Somebody wins the lottery. Well, what was the promotion? The women's promotion out in LA. What was it? WrestleLicious. That like some dude won the lottery and he started it, but he lost all his money on WrestleLicious. You guys remember that?
I won the lottery and lost all my money on WrestleLicious.
Yeah, you all have heard of WrestleLicious, right?
I haven't.
It was like an all women's promotion out in like the LA area, and I'm pretty sure it's defunct now. But it was like a guy literally won the lottery and used it to start a women's wrestling promotion in California.
I mean, that's
called
cool.
WrestleLicious. Look it up. Yeah, it went under pretty quick.
Well, obviously he didn't know what the hell he was doing.
No. But it had like a big budget and he had like a bunch of like good indie women's wrestling. I mean, this was back in like probably, I don't know, the mid 2000s, 2005, 2006, something like that.
We could always follow in the footsteps of DPW. They were a podcast that ended up starting their own little regional wrestling thing, and it's pretty successful.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
And that's kind of how MLW came back too. They did MLW radio and then they ended up coming back as a promotion because the podcast got popular. Yeah. So it can happen. I bet Tiffany's heard of WrestleLicious. Chime in and say something. She's probably heard of like the janitor that cleaned the toilets at WrestleLicious. So
oh, look at this. It's a sweet version of Tiffany. Hi, sweetie pies.
She's taking her legit vitamins now. She's a happy girl.
Yeah, she's happy.
She's on her JFB pills.
We got Happy Tiffy in the house, and we got Millennial Noob.
I asked her if she got her vitamins from JFB. She declined to answer.
Those special Nashville vitamins.
Jeremy, did you catch the Oliver Wrestling show on Sunday at all?
I've caught about 70% of it.
Okay.
I got to go back and finish it.
So you saw us eating peanut butter?
I don't remember that part.
Okay, you didn't get to that part. As you can see here, I'll play it because it's still here.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay.
And we ate a spoon of peanut butter.
Both of you did at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
I enjoyed doing the wheel. It just felt so fun.
It's a cool concept. Yeah. Like I said, I got probably halfway, maybe a little more than halfway through it. I got to go back and finish it. But yeah, it's a cool concept, though, for sure.
I have an idea for a wedge for next time.
Oh, boy.
A wedge that says, "What grinds your gears?" Gives you like 10 seconds to just vent about something.
I like it. I like that as a thing because like when we have like more people on, that means less spins because more time to talk about each thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like you had some interesting topics there, and along with eating peanut butter from a spoon. Which is very random, but it's cool.
We were going to put Caleb on the wheel, but I don't think that's going to happen now for some reason.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen for a bit, but all right, gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get into this Tuesday, Title Tuesday.
Oh, it's not Titty Tuesday?
Not Titty Tuesday, no.
Oh, my goodness.
We didn't have the Iron Savages on, all right?
It may as well have been. We saw way more of those than we see title defenses. So
sounds like a decent trade-off to me. I'm not going to lie.
Harley
title
Cameron
Tuesday.
looked good tonight.
Oh, for sure.
About Titty Tuesday.
All three of those ladies must have, feel like they got some boob jobs because all of them are just
It's
sticking out.
I don't know. Harley
Titty
Cameron looked
Tuesday.
especially good tonight. I'll just say that.
All right. We've got AEW Dynamite Titty Tuesday opens up. We get a little video package. I'm gonna skip all that shit.
It's a pretty good package though.
That's what she said.
We got titties, we got packages. We are
It's after
rocking
dark,
it out
baby.
here on Tuesday night, right here on the AEW network.
It's good when it's an innuendos, not quite vulgar,
Yeah.
Yeah, like package brought to you by UPS and FedEx. Yeah, the UPS man with the bulging brown shorts.
Well, let us tell you what Brown can do for you.
Well, go ahead and talk about the opening promos there, Joe. What do you want to say about them?
I mean, I just wanted to say, for the last 2 or 3 weeks or few shows, they've really done these cold openings, and I like it because it's, especially when this is your main story, it starts the show, it ends the show, and there's little tidbits woven throughout. So it's not like
little tidbits.
Yep,
little tidbits.
But I've said this before, and we've talked about this. When you have one thread that's weaved throughout the show, it just makes the flow of the show that much better.
Absolutely.
I liked it. It was a strong opening to Moxley, and you actually believe Moxley is a legit threat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about.
It was a nice cold open for sure. I like it. And I do agree. I think they've been doing a good job with these cold opens here lately. I like that. Later tonight, we're going to see Danielson along with Yuta against Claudio and Pac. The BCC is self-destructing. All right. Let's see. The match number 1. We've got Hologram against Commander. And this was a fun little lucha style match to start off the program. I noticed they tried to do the choreographed let's take a pose and stand in front of each other spot, kind of like Ospreay and Ricochet did. It was like the bastardized version of that. But I thought this was a good match. It was a good lucha style match. Canada Dry, I know this isn't your kind of match, but what did you think of Commander versus the new Rising Star Hologram?
I enjoyed this.
Good.
I liked the athleticism that they showed. They nailed all these high spots like that, running on the rope and turning it into a power bomb.
That was a little sloppy.
It was, but they pulled it off still.
They did it though, yeah.
That's a hard move to pull off.
No doubt. Yeah.
That's not easy. But
you got body parts moving every which way.
Yeah, you got to both meet in the middle of ropes to
You know what's funny to me is that Commander wrestles as Commander, but then he wrestles as himself without a mask too, and they never acknowledge it's the same person.
In AEW, wrestles without a mask.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't notice that.
I'm trying to remember what his name is. I was hoping that you remembered, Joe. I know he has gray hair and a goatee.
I've never even noticed that.
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
He works he's worked a few Collision shows, and he's been a jobber a few times just as himself without a mask on, but they never acknowledge it's the same guy.
Because then they he's just trying to get some extra paychecks.
So Commander double dips on the AEW roster. Kind of going back to Christopher Daniels and Curry Man from TNA.
Yeah, see if you can get us eventually the picture of this guy.
Yeah. If you guys want to talk for a second, I'll see if I can find it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But my thoughts, honestly, I think this may be the best hologram match that I've seen. And I think obviously it works that there's another luchador because they both know each other's styles. I wouldn't be surprised if they've even met in Mexico before.
I don't like Hologram's mask though. It's very community center mascotish.
It's literally like the first mask that you unlock in like old WWE creator wrestling.
It is the most boring. Like the only thing that really can make it a little bit cool is because that's what Kick-Ass kind of wore in the movie.
Kick-Ass. I am unable to find it.
It's okay.
I'm wondering if maybe it's one of the other mask guys, but I thought it was Commander though.
I know that you are a broadcast journalist, and you're going to get to the bottom of this eventually.
I will figure it out.
Eventually, you're gonna tackle this, and we're gonna have some breaking news on like Magic of Wrestling or all.
I know. I got him mistaken for Serpentico. That's who it was.
Oh, Serpentico double dips.
Serpentico double dips. That's who it is.
Okay.
But why? Like he's nothing but a jobber anyway. I mean,
jobbing twice.
Yeah, he sometimes wrestles as his real name, Jonathan Cruz.
I think I've seen someone, Jonathan Cruz.
Yeah, he's wrestled both Ring of Honor and AEW as John Cruz, and he wrestles as Serpentico.
And they're like, and announcing John Cruz, and he's like,
I guess Maria Kanellis stealing his mask so many times in ROH. He's like, I'm just going to wrestle without it.
I'm pretty sure that at the last show that I went to, he wrestled both times as both. Like he did a squash match as John Cruz, and then he had a match he was involved with where he was Serpentico on the same card.
And Tiffany Trim is saying Commander versus Hologram was really good. Did you notice Commander wore Commander colors tonight?
No.
Yeah, he was wearing the Washington Commanders colors.
Well, that makes sense. It would have made more sense if they were in like Washington D.C. where they play instead of Washington State.
They're in Washington State. They have the freaking Mariners.
Like he's probably like, hey, I got Washington's colors here. They're gonna love me.
He's thinking this is like legit. I got the Washington colors, man, and I'm Commander.
So, bro, that's Washington D.C., not Washington State.
Sorry. I tell you, SA, this is a smart businessman thinking, SA.
Anyways, where's the results here? I'm like,
I just saw a fly go in Joe's mouth.
Ew.
Protein.
Did you swallow it?
He was yawning and a fly went in.
All right. Well, we skipped over the opening segment. We'll come back to that in a second. But yeah, Hologram defeats Commander. And I was wondering why this was out of order, but I figured it out. And at that point, we see LFI come in and attack Commander and Hologram. I guess they just attacked Hologram, didn't they? Did they attack Commander too? I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
Both.
Anyways, I think they attacked both of them.
I really wasn't paying attention because I just assumed it was Hologram because they've been jumping each other, and he was stupid enough to try to take on LFI 3-on-1 a week back. So,
well, it looks like Jake Roberts is now in charge of LFI. How random is this? Jake Roberts, he's been signed by AEW for like years, and he does like one annual appearance on a random Dynamite and then leaves.
Is it like, random? Yes.
Yes.
But it can work as long as long as Jake is healthy enough to continually be on TV.
That's the thing. Like
I don't know what his health is like, but if he can, I think this will work because look, Roosh is a badass.
Yeah.
He needs help on the mic, plain and simple. And Jake can do that.
And the Beast Mordos and Duelistico literally don't speak ever.
So. They're just there.
What I found interesting was that Jake Roberts didn't even come to the ring. He just stood on the ramp. That was
kind of weird. Yeah.
Like maybe he can't climb in a ring so easily.
It did look very weird that he was just up at the top of the ramp as a lone white guy doing this.
That was a bit strange. I was like, I was like, bro, maybe you ought to think of like a different hand gesture than that. Like, I don't know. That just didn't quite look right to me, but all right.
I'd rather them just do like the too sweet or something. Just do the click, throw up the click sign.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess he didn't want to put the finger up in the air because that's like the bloodline. And I don't know. He could have just stood there.
Yeah, that's fine. Like us.
Could have just stood there maybe and like pointed at the ring or something. I don't know. Maybe that would have worked. I mean, Jake Roberts obviously.
Don't you love it when all these wrestling shows are giving tribute to us when they do the finger thing?
Oh, yeah.
They're like AFW, man.
Middle finger, right? AFW invented the middle finger.
Yeah.
Humans were not born with middle fingers until AFW came along.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's a very, very important distinction to make.
And we even used bones.
Yeah. See, prior to this, human beings just had 4 fingers. So there was no middle finger. Because it was just, 2 on the right, 2 on the left. So
we come along and we popularize it.
We that's our contribution to society and the evolution of living species.
Yeah.
So, all right. I got kind of lost in my notes here, and that's my fault. But we kind of skipped over the initial part where we saw Darby in the ring and Brody King. They had their little face off, which was interesting. Brody King seemed incredibly awkward. Darby Allin was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Like I thought he cut a really good promo on the mic. I love Darby Allin. And he's one of my favorite, like, kind of AEW homegrowns. Probably my absolute favorite of any of the people that they've put on the map that nobody really knew of before AEW. Darby's just the bomb. I dig it. What'd you all think of this little face-off with Brody King? Do you all like it?
I enjoyed it. I thought that that they kind of tore away the curtain. Darby's inviting him to beat the shit out of him. He's like, get up, what you been doing here? And that hitting him with the rock, like Darby coming on the offensive with a rock. That was pretty cool.
Now, do you think he really blooded him up hard way, or do you think that was like
it's a blood capsule?
Blood capsule. That's kind of what I thought too. Yeah. But I got to thinking, well, maybe he edged him in the jaw a little too hard.
I don't know.
But that was cool, though. That was a cool visual of and again, this is why I love a small guy like Darby, because he has the right psychology for a small guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't just beat the shit out of somebody that's much bigger than him. He gets out a rock and bludgeons them with it.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to do these fancy lucha moves to beat someone either.
Yeah. Yeah. So he does it the right way, right?
And sometimes he just takes an ass kicking.
Yeah.
He just gets beat up.
Yeah.
I will say I kind of wish it wasn't Brody King that he's facing, because now it just seems like a lock that Darby's going to win. But personally, I think he should lose at Wrestle Dream.
I don't like him losing in Washington.
I don't. Why? He's not a champion. It doesn't matter.
No.
Oh, you just like to screw him in his own home state, wouldn't you?
No.
Put him in the sharpshooter and make him tap.
No, the story they're telling dictates that he should lose.
I don't think so. I think you can't keep that star down for too long.
You're not even keeping the star down. It's Darby. The man is Teflon tape. No matter what he does, everyone is going to cheer. That they're going to lose their mind for him.
Yeah. You send that. Tony Khan likes to send the home crowd happy.
I think Darby's going to win.
I mean, Tony Khan's not sending the home crowd happy on Sunday. I mean, Saturday.
No, with that. No, he won't. But he wants to give them enough wins in there too, right? Like he wants them. He's showing Swerve. He's showing Darby, and if he's doing what I think he's doing with possibly Shane McMahon coming in,
let's hope.
That should definitely be a secret question on the form.
I'm not in charge of the form.
Ah.
Well, I guess I have to bring it up then.
Joe has farmed that responsibility out.
Yes. What did we say? His title was? Administrative prediction.
Administrative
Chief
administrator.
Administrative Officer.
Prediction administrative.
I think we did CAO, Chief Administrative Officer. I think is what we came down. I forget. There were so many different names thrown.
Yes.
I want a job title, and I want it to be administrative administrator.
Okay, but you got to do that then.
King of redundancy.
No, Mr. Isaac, you're just the official voice of AFW. That's what you are.
I am the voice of AFW.
Well, yeah, like why not? The guy's got silk.
Yeah.
Silk tongue.
Now, would you say that I'm more like the Fink, or more like one of the buffers?
I think. I
Fink.
say think.
Yeah, I like
I
the
don't
Fink.
think buffer either.
Honestly, I'd say either the Fink or Tony Chimmel.
Hmm.
Tony Chimmel always had that nice voice too.
I don't know. I think he's kind of like this guy that AEW has.
Justin Roberts.
Justin
Yeah,
Roberts.
I think he's Justin.
No,
Roberts.
Justin Roberts likes to like Mr. Isaac where Justin Roberts likes to go up and down and he's really pitchy with it. But he's
well,
great.
we haven't really heard it. He's just doing like.
That's what I'm saying. From what I've heard, he's like a Chimmel or a Fink.
Would you?
Yeah.
What would you say there, Mr. Isaacs?
I would probably do the boomy voice, so I'd probably be more of like a Fink.
Okay.
I would think. Or maybe like a Bobby Cruz from. I think I would think. Maybe I should have a drink.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
It's water, guys. I promise you.
You got it from the sink.
I got it from the sink. Tap water's
Yeah.
it's
especially
bottled.
depending where you are.
Yeah. I mean, if you live out in the county, like if you live out in the sticks here in Kentucky, there's certain areas where if you drink the tap water, it just tastes like pure shit. Like it's like got a weird kind of I don't know how to describe it. I think they call it sulfur
Like it came
water.
from the pond.
I think they refer to it as sulfur water. And it has like kind of a rotten egg kind of taste to it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But you remember they said on The Simpsons,
What's that?
if it's brown, drink it down. If it's black, send it back.
The Simpsons have some kind of reference for just about anything in life.
Yes.
So what you're saying is that's why the Simpsons skin looks the way it does.
Yes.
Not that they're yellow; they're really white. It's just all the brown.
I think that they're yellow because they all have attachment to that nuclear factory.
Yeah.
That's
They have the three-eyed fish there.
The three-eyed fish that they always see in the pond.
Yeah.
Blinky.
Blinky, yeah. It cost Mr. Burns the election because he couldn't swallow Blinky.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Daniel Garcia comes out to the ring and teases that he's going to retire. Not a single fucking person believed him. And
That was my freaking.
I mean,
I took it more as he was trying to get people to think he was going to the WWE.
see, I didn't take it like that. I thought it was like, I don't know what to do about my future.
No, I took it as well that he's not coming back to AEW. He's looking at free agents. Like he should have said some sort of word like free agency or other pastures or some others.
It was totally not believable. Not a single person there or watching thought that he was leaving AEW for any reason.
If he was leaving, Tony Khan would be an idiot to put him on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, Tony Khan would have got busted his balls by every
and you know
carny wannabe podcaster like us.
He would have deserved it.
Yeah, we would have tore him a new asshole if he had let somebody go on TV and say, "Hey, I'm going to WWE. Goodbye."
Yeah.
Tony's because what is he thinking?
But anyways, he cuts his promo, yada yada yada. I'm staying in AEW. We're the best wrestle, and hurrah!
And I'm going to get a title.
Yeah.
So what I'm surprised is like he promised to make MJF's life a living hell, and this isn't the end of it. No matter what, and now it seems to be like I don't care about MJF anymore.
Here's my complaint with this. Like, it sucks that he just didn't sign earlier, because he probably would have won it all out and gone over MJF clean, and it would have been a lot better than what happened.
Okay, so you got to get ready here, Jeremy.
Okay.
Look at this comment.
I'm late to comment on this, but none of those voices make me melt like Isaac's, though. All right, I can handle that. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you.
Get a room, you two.
She's the one that you're the only one who gets like the really southern sweet huns from her.
Yeah,
really.
She called me old man. I got an old man hun. Like that.
You gotta go to bed, Grandpa hun.
Yeah, like
it's the southern connection. She's from Tennessee. I'm from Kentucky. That's what it is. But,
look at his voice is trying to get all deep and sexy now. Impress Tiffany.
This particular microphone, like, it's a lot more sensitive than the other ones I have. So, like, I could barely even talk into it, and it still comes across real articulate. So, my voice is going to sound a bit deeper on this one usually.
Yeah, I remember, like, when you're tired, actually, and you're on the phone with maybe a girl or something, and it was late at night, and she's like, your voice sounds really sexy right now. I'm like, really? Because I'm just tired.
Because I'm basically comatose at the moment.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Which is how I am right now. We are 14 minutes from midnight.
I'm even talking to you at all.
Yeah.
The sleepier he gets, the sexier he gets, Tiffany.
I got to be totally honest here. I am basically on autopilot. All right. Like, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm stumbling over these damn notes, trying to figure out what segment happened when. So, yeah.
Hey, the worst that could happen is you could fall asleep on our podcast.
I've yet to do that one. It'll happen eventually, probably.
Okay, so I noticed he was kind of drifting, and I was slowly trying to take the steering wheel away from him and control the podcast.
And it didn't work because we all just sat there and we were like,
We just kind of sat there and stared at him and waited for it to happen because, like, I was on that episode. You two both were on that episode, and like,
no, we picked up the pieces and kept going after.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, we had to.
But leading up to him going to sleep, though, like, he was trailing off really bad.
Yeah, he's still talking about, like, and I'm like, no, Jeff, we'll talk about this.
He was just like, and then Daniel Garcia did something, and they went to picture in picture.
And we're all just kind of looking at each other like, what the heck is happening?
And I was just waiting for him to fall out of his chair, which thankfully didn't happen. He didn't hurt himself, so that's good.
And then, then Liam had to make these little GIFs of him and little memes and videos.
I remember the video of the lullaby music being played.
That is a classic AFW Network podcast moment that's like going to live in infamy forever.
Yeah, he will never live that down.
or how about an AFW League moment where Tim Tobin falls asleep during a live promo?
Yeah, I remember that too.
I don't recall. I never heard this one.
Okay, so Kush was making him mad because he couldn't stop laughing that he fell asleep in his promo.
He went live on the Prediction League Facebook page.
Yeah,
he went live and he started talking and just fell asleep.
And is there a record of this? Like, does it keep the live videos on the page?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go back and look.
You have to go search Tim up. It might still be there.
Because, I mean, I think when a live video ends, it stays in the video section of the Facebook page, if I'm not mistaken.
It might.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
You got to go back through a lot of shit, though.
Well, there's not that many lives on the page.
Yeah.
There's a lot of videos.
Can you maybe put in the search live? See all the live videos?
Maybe. I'll have to look at it and see.
I mean, but to be fair, also, Tim Tobin hasn't put that many posts. He doesn't really post that often.
The only person I would ever see go live on the page was Byron.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember anybody else going live on the AFW page. Except for like maybe once or twice we did like some kind of podcast thing on it or something like the draft or whatever that you guys did.
Well, you know what? This year, Canada F and Dry is going live for all his promos.
Oh, you're doing it live.
Yeah.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Yeah.
The old Bill O'Reilly thing. You don't remember that?
No.
Nope.
Y'all know who Bill O'Reilly is, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he was like the biggest Fox News guy for like 20 some years. But before that, he hosted like Inside Edition back in the 90s. And there was like this viral clip going around where the teleprompter kept fucking up. He was getting progressively angrier trying to read a promo. And you could see him seething. And then like finally he goes, fucking thing sucks. I'll do it live. Fuck it.
That's great.
But it was funny because he was like this big conservative commentator that would like, kind of talk down to everybody and, everybody needs to live their life better and, all this and that. But that clip came out of him and everybody mocked him and made fun of him for it. So look it up. Anyways, moving on. We got a short little video package of Swerve Strickland training. And it looks like MVP and Shelton Benjamin with this new Hurt Syndicate. They seem
So
to
who
want
is the
Swerve.
dude that was training with the?
I have no idea,
Probably his
but
personal trainer or something.
Figure 4 online says it's somebody named Edge Duca. I have no freaking clue who that is. But they put his name down here, so it must be somebody who's like got some kind of name value somewhere. I don't know. So.
Interesting. I wonder if he's gonna be like. He's going to need backup in this thing with going against the Hurt Syndicate. So you think you need someone other than just going one-on-one with 4 guys.
Yeah. Do you think they're setting up Swerve versus Benjamin, or are they setting up Lashley coming in and facing Swerve? Or do you think Swerve's going to join them?
I don't think Swerve's going to join them.
I don't either.
I think that they're going to start him with Benjamin and then work up to Lashley.
Kind of wonder if they're going to put Leo Rush in this. Remember, he used to be Lashley's spokesperson.
Yep.
I kind of wonder if they're going to stick him in there. And
he wasn't in the back today with the rest of Top Flight, so it's possible.
Yeah.
I was thinking Hobbs ends up joining.
Yeah, that's a rumor too, is that Hobbs might join them because apparently Hobbs was backstage.
But Hobbs is part of the Don Callis family, and apparently you never leave the fucking Don Callis family.
We just trade you left and right. I don't even know who's in the Don Callis family now.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I completely forgot he was in the Don Callis family.
All I know
He's been around so long.
Now that what's his name got traded to the Don Callis family.
Lance Archer.
Yeah, Lance Archer. Kyle Fletcher doesn't fit that faction anymore. He needs to get out. He's too tiny.
He's probably going to leave with Ospreay, right?
I would hope so.
Or does he eventually turn on Ospreay?
No.
Well, we'll get there because the Ospreay segment's coming up. We'll talk about it. We get Renee Paquette acting like she's drunk or something, introducing Mercedes Moné. I don't know.
That was hilarious. She was trying to be like all high energy and uppity like she is. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but yeah, so we see Monet brings up everyone having an issue with her on Twitter and takes a shot at Statlander. Talks about Emi Sakura, who she's going to wrestle later. So we've got Willow Nightingale defeating Saraya with Harley Cameron, Nyla Rose, and Jamie Hayter to earn the AEW women's title shot at Wrestle Dream. Now, Joe, you said that I guess Britt Baker was hurt. Is that what was going on? Sick. Okay.
Yeah. She couldn't travel and she was sick. So at least that's what Tony Khan said on TikTok.
She was so sick. Yeah.
Apparently
she was sick and tired.
No, apparently she's like, it's like serious. Like he said she was really, really sick. She probably, who knows, but she probably didn't recover from, I don't know. It doesn't, hopefully she gets healthy.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. So.
I don't miss her wrestling, but that's besides the point. I don't want to see someone not healthy. That's not.
But
cool.
you really enjoyed watching her with that terrible towel, though, right?
Oh God, that was the worst thing in the world. The worst thing in the world.
The terrible towel. I mean, I got to show appreciation though for the fact that Pittsburgh, all their professional sports teams are black and yellow. I mean, for all of them to get on the same page like that,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive, right?
I think all cities need to get under this sort of idea.
I think it's cool. I mean, and I believe Pittsburgh is the only city that does this. I don't think any other. I can't think of another city.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Yeah, exactly. Wiz Khalifa, black and yellow.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But anyways, Willow Nightingale wins this match. I had a phone call during this match. So I kind of was out of it here. But what'd you guys think of it? I'll start with you, Joe.
It was an okay match. There were some rough spots, but I enjoyed it. It got a decent amount of time. I'm so glad they didn't go with Jamie Hayter because I feel like she needs to be kept away from that tap title until they're ready to put the title on her. That's personally what I would do.
So was this the Titty Tuesday that you were referencing?
Yes, because
this is Harley Cameron. She looked good tonight.
It was Harley Cameron and Saraya, and then Penelope Ford came out. It looks like all of them have just had the job done. So
good for Penelope Ford to come back and get a good spot right away with.
I always liked Penelope Ford. I always thought she had some good talent. She's got a great look. She's gorgeous and she's athletic. I always thought she was pretty good.
She'll be a great fit for the Outcast, that faction. So
yeah, for sure.
Oh, is she? You think she's part of the Outcast? Though?
That's how I took it.
It wasn't.
She went out and saved Saraya from Jamie Hayter. So
and wasn't what's her name's part of the Outcast as well?
Ruby Soho was.
No, the one that was in Jericho's faction. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Anna Jay.
Yes, Anna Jay wasn't she part of that? Then it seemed like
I don't know. I thought they may have been going that way, but I haven't really seen her much. So
I think Anna Jay was just kind of like affiliated with them, but she wasn't like an actual member.
Oh, and then she went to Stardom for a while, right?
Yeah. I think she's been.
She went out to Stardom for like 2 months, and then came back and was in that 6-women tag with the Outcasts. So a loose affiliation at best, or at worst.
Yeah,
because it seems like now it's just Harley and Saraya again.
Do you all think Willow was the right choice here?
Yes.
Willow is not going to beat her, but she's a threat.
Yeah. No, it's a good way to elevate her up the card, to get her from the mid-card title to upper mid-card, flirting with she'll be a world champion eventually.
Of all these titles on WrestleDream, only Moxley is a threat to win. I can't see any other card on here.
I would say that, but the Bucks have an affinity of putting over Private Party.
We're going to get to Private Party because I want to talk about that.
You
want to talk about it now?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so Private Party, they went from nothing to millionaires, pretty much.
Yeah.
In like 2 weeks.
Remember they were super hot when AEW first started?
Yeah.
And they had that match. Wasn't it on the very first episode? They had that match with the Bucks, and it was great. Second episode.
They beat the Bucks in the tag tournament.
Yeah.
And that was the highlight of their career, and it was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then and they invested no build in getting them here. And it's not believable. They could have spent way more time building this team to get them here.
I mean, they started off the right way, having Mox break his hand and be like, look, you all have been in the same. I think the problem is having All In, All Out, then the Arthur Ashe show, and then WrestleDream. It's too many big shows in too short of a time to flush out the stories that they want to tell.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't think that the Bucks are putting over Private Party. I don't think so. I don't see it.
No.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
But I think it'll be a good match, and I think that Private Party will look good.
Mm-hmm.
But what they need to keep this going, Private Party, or right?
Yeah. So definitely think the Bucks are going to win that, but we'll see. We'll reconvene and discuss this over the weekend. How about that, fellas?
Right. Yeah, we'll be talking about it after Wrestle Dream. So.
Yeah. All right. So moving on here. Damn, there's like a ton of notes about that match we just talked about. We got Switchblade Jay White beating Cody Chun.
Chun, yeah, with 2 H's.
Yeah. So it was nice to see Switchblade back for sure.
Did you guys, so real quick, did you see the promo that he cut after Dynamite last week that AEW put out on socials?
No.
Dude, like 3 minutes of of what you saw in the ring today was it was one of the best promos I've ever seen him cut.
Oh wow.
And this one tonight was up there with it. Like, this gets me excited because this is how he should have been presented from day one.
Oh, absolutely. Because these are the kind of promos he cut in New Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when he was a main eventer.
Yeah.
When he was the IWGP Heavyweight Champion once. Yeah.
Feuding with
Kenny. Was he a face then, though?
No, he was a heel.
No, he was a heel.
So he's a face now, though. So maybe it's just the change is good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, is he a face? Yeah. But he has that aura and that way of cutting a promo. It works as either a face or a heel.
Right. So. Jay White's fantastic.
I mean, he even won a little heel in this promo saying, it's really funny. You all were booing me and now you're cheering me.
Well, he said the very voices that were booing me are cheering me to the world title. So it wasn't dissing them.
Yeah. Well, he got a promo on Hangman Page. So, I mean, that's going to be a good match on Saturday for sure.
They've had good matches in New Japan. And
this is going to kill.
Yeah.
This is going to kill.
Yep, absolutely. It's going to be a fantastic match. It's probably going to be the sleeper match of the card.
I really hope Jay wins.
So we didn't really cover this. So Swerve's going to be at Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
So is he just making an appearance or is he going to wrestle?
He's going to make an appearance because right after this show, he tweeted out the graphic of his Wrestle Dream graphic and it said, "Let's talk business."
Let's talk business.
So yeah,
he's got a segment.
Yeah.
MVP's like, I got a business proposition for you, Swerve.
I
Take
said
my
this,
card.
I said this last week. I think he's going to say something and call someone out, or he's going to call out MVP, and I think Lashley's attacking him. I think that's how we set this.
I think definitely Lashley is debuting at Wrestle Dream, and that we got to talk to Hinton about that being on there too.
Yep, I think so. What if they swerve all of us? Pun intended.
Yeah, swerve.
What if they swerve all of us and Shane is the leader of the Hurt Syndicate?
It's like, this would be bad. This would be
Shane
bad.
out there with all these big black dudes, and he's just like, all right, guys, we're going to come out here. We're going to have some matches, and we're going to take over AEW. Right, guys?
Like, you know why? Because I don't see color. I see money.
I had to process that because you said Shane. I didn't think of Shane McMahon. I was thinking of Shane Strickland because that's his name.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, Shane Strickland. Yeah.
Did you guys see the advertisement for DC on the show tonight?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, I think so.
Some alternate origin stories.
Yeah, I saw something.
DC Comics. I'm like, oh yeah, this is part of the new deal.
Oh, absolutely.
Warner Brothers, baby.
Look, if Warner Brothers is paying AEW $185 million a year, they're gonna sit there and shill.
They're gonna shill some DC Comics to us.
They're gonna bring Glacier back, and they're gonna have Sub-Zero come out and fatality him in the middle of the ring.
So, did you guys see that the Swerve Strickland comic that they're coming out with?
Yes, I saw that. It looks pretty badass.
No, I haven't.
Swerve,
Who's the villain in it?
Swerve's part of the DC universe now, so technically he can get that Green Lantern ring.
There's quite a few wrestlers that are in that
Yeah.
in that comic. So
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. Now, Joe, I have to ask you because I know Canada Dry didn't, but I know you were a big WCW mark. So, like, when you were a kid, did you ever see the WCW comic books?
I've seen some of them.
Have you?
I never did. No,
I had them. I think I had the whole run. It went for like a year, and then they canceled it.
Which era was this? Who was in the comics?
Oh, this was like early 90s. It was like Surfer Sting.
Okay.
And yeah. Surfer Sting.
I seen these on the internet at one point, and I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Sid Vicious. Like, yeah.
Are they better than the Warriors comics?
Yeah, I do remember.
I will tell you this: the Warrior comic has some good art.
Yeah.
Like, you might not like the story or the idea, but like, those are some cool art in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, those old school wrestling comics, the WCW ones in particular, man, they were lame AF, but I thought that was the coolest thing on earth when I was that age. And I went to my local grocery store and bought the latest WCW comic. I'd like to see if we could find those somewhere. They've got to be out there somewhere. Of course, they're probably like $1,000 or something.
Yeah,
I like these Bret Hart fan-made comic book covers.
Oh, geez.
The one where he's Spider-Man or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that one.
I'm not sure. I'm sure there's some Bret Hart fan fiction out there that would probably be After Dark friendly.
And he saw plenty of sunny days.
Oh, Jesus. All right. We got Hook backstage with the camera crew. Says he's tired of chasing whoever's attacked his father. Kip Sabian, who just always kind of randomly is places, stumbled into Hook, said it wasn't him. Before walking off, Hook acted like he wanted to kill him. Then we see Christian Cage and his family. And so they're both family men. Cage said he lost Killswitch to a serious medical situation and gives Hook condolences on the injury to his father.
Hey, we got Dotsie Chatham from the chat, part of the podcast tonight. Thanks for coming in.
What's up, man? Thanks for coming in. Who else we got out there?
We got Ayaka. We got Rennie.
All right.
And all our crew from Japan that watch us on a regular basis.
Hell yeah.
I think in Japan we are called the Super Happy Fun Time Show.
Yeah. I think that's
Sounds
true.
about right.
It's totally not a ripoff of an already existing show. Totally not.
We were there first.
The Super Happy Fun Time Show!
We got Mercedes Moné with Camille defeating Emi Sakura to retain the TBS and New Japan Strong women's titles. They both were up here, guys. Yeah, I don't know. This match was okay, I guess.
It was fine.
It was fine for what it was. Emi Sakura is one of those people that shows up once every 6 months when they just stick her in a random match. And at least she's not doing that Freddie Mercury bullshit anymore like she used to do. That was awful.
Emi doesn't I don't really get into Emi Sakura matches. I don't know why. It doesn't do anything for me.
I loathe Emi Sakura.
I loathe her.
Not as a person, as a wrestler.
Yeah, I get it. Well, here's the thing about Emi Sakura. I've seen one match of hers that I thought was great. And do you guys remember? It was back during the pandemic when they had some kind of like women's tournament and they had a bracket that was in Japan. Do you all remember this?
Oh, yes, I remember that.
And it was all on YouTube. She had a fire match on the Japanese bracket of that tournament. And it was like the best I had ever seen her work. Like she kind of just looks mediocre and meh when she wrestles here in the States. But that match over in Japan, that was
she wrestles a
badass.
very American style here.
Yeah. So I know the girl's got talent. We just don't really see much of it here.
Yeah, I think they'll be like, just do your Japanese stuff here in America. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you. I see enough American women do the American thing.
Was she like 40, 50? How old is she?
She's up there. Yeah. Because I believe she trained a lot of the current generation of Japanese women's wrestlers, if I'm not mistaken.
She is 48 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, she got 2 more years, then we're retiring her ass out of here.
She's a grizzled vet at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, so that puts her in the same age group as like Jericho.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's been around a long time. Will Ospreay is in the ring with good old Schiavone, and he's demanding answers. Oh, what's going on, bruv? What's going on? Why you call so much, bruv? That's what he sounds like anytime he talks.
Can I ask you a question? Because I thought like Will Ospreay left the Don Callis family months ago.
I mean, they kind of make you think that, but then, apparently that's not the case.
Like,
well, he was out, but then they pulled him back in for some.
No, the whole thing was, I'll let you leave the Don Callis family, but I'm going to ask a favor of you. And the favor was the tag team eliminator thing.
Yeah.
So, and then he's in the ring talking about how, like, you almost brought, like I could have swore they made it very crystal clear that Ospreay wasn't a member of the Don Callis family anymore.
No, I think they're just looking at a gray area where they can chat about things.
Color that shit in black and white and make it definitive.
Yeah.
The GM has spoken.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, they go back and forth, and Callis ends up slapping Ospreay. Ospreay throws him, and miraculously, his Ray-Bans stay on his head.
That's skill.
Yeah, that I don't know if he taped them to his earlobes or what, but
he's like,
those red Ray-Bans.
I ain't paying for a second set of Ray-Bans. It's just staying on my face.
Well, if you get a red lens aviator pair of Ray-Bans, I mean, you're talking, those are probably $200 glasses. Like, legit. So, I think I would tape them to my fucking earlobes, too, if I was getting tossed across the ring.
They're not the $5 sunglasses that OC has.
No.
That he allows to get crushed all the time.
You can see it says Ray-Ban in the corner, so, like, it's legit. And, if you look those up, those are usually a couple $100.
Oh, yeah, they're not cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, so Tiffany's like, it's always good to see Emmy. And tells us to shush.
And then we all said we don't care.
But anyways, Takeshita comes out and he attacks Ospreay, and then we see Kyle Fletcher come in the ring, and he's kind of torn and conflicted, and they're kind of setting up this old gag. But I would assume that Kyle Fletcher is probably going to remain by Ospreay's side, and they're going to feud with the Don Callis family moving forward.
I don't know. I think he has to eventually choose Don Callis and set up the next match. Maybe he costs him the title, and then they make some feud with this guy instead.
I don't know. With Lance Archer coming into the family, though,
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think Kyle Fletcher might be the odd man out at this point.
So who is going to win this 3-way?
Will. They're not going to take the title off him in a 3-way.
Yeah, Ospreay's keeping it for a while.
I think so as well.
All spray. My man Liam will be super happy.
I feel it, bruv.
You don't take up a title, bruv. I don't understand what you're saying, bruv.
I've taken to describing the episodes and saying bruv at the end on the AFW network in the comments, or not the comments, in the descriptions. This when we spin a big effing wheel, bruv.
We got Jack
No,
Perry
it's-
sitting in the back. He cuts a promo on Shibata and talks about their match coming up.
that was a really good promo from Jack. Like, I have
Yeah, it
no
was.
complaints with that. Like, sitting there saying he wants the guy who almost killed himself in the middle of the ring. Like I
He
just
said
wanna
that
see a-
Shibata had a turkey leg in his trunks. So, like, I guess his dick looks like a turkey leg.
Apparently
Is that what we're
so.
getting out of here? That was kind of a weird comment, but
Maybe it's a compliment if, like, to say, like, you got some balls, so you got a turkey leg in there. It's a big ass dick.
Maybe.
but then again, I got to thinking, like, turkey legs are like thin, right? They're like
No.
small.
Turkey
Oh no,
legs.
turkey legs are
usually-
the big one. They're like
Yeah,
this.
they're the ones that you can get from Disney World, walk around, and like you can eat all day.
Oh, okay. I think I some.
Turkey legs are big.
I'm thinking of
Not,
like
you're
chicken
thinking a
legs.
drumstick for like a chicken.
Yeah, chicken legs are the ones that are like this big, and
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
drumsticks are not big.
Well, I haven't seen Shibata's trunks bulge that much.
So stay tuned on Drumstick. Take a look. Maybe pause it for a second and just like get close to the screen and take a look.
But that gets us to our main event, gentlemen. We've got Bryan Danielson and Wheeler Yuta defeating the AEW Trios champions, 2 of the 3, Claudio and Pac. And this was a damn good match. The final countdown played, which is fucking cool. I love that.
Okay, guys, just let you know.
Mhm.
After we call this match, we're gonna save the bells and the whistles. And I know you guys are tired, and we're just gonna end the show. How about that?
Okay.
Because I feel for you guys, and
It is almost 12:30. Fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was that late.
Yeah, so
I
I
was
think
Yeah.
he's got to work tomorrow. So
I am
Yeah.
absolutely stunned that we got the final countdown.
Yeah.
But then I said in the group chat, Tony got that FU money from WBD, so he said let's pay here up and call it a day.
Well,
and
wasn't there-
I think it makes the wrestlers more relatable. when
it
you can
absolutely
play
does.
a song that everyone kind of knows. Like I sing it when it's on. Final count.
Oh yeah, it's a great song.
A smile comes on my face every time I hear, especially when it's for Bryan Danielson. I can't help
Yeah.
but smile.
I
I
mean, this
love
is-
the one that the Young Bucks and Kenny used to come out to.
Oh yeah,
Carry On My
Kansas.
Wayward
Carry
Sons.
on my wayward
I
son.
thought
Yeah.
that's such a good song.
Yeah, that's
And-
great too.
And I'm a fan of the song because of that, because I didn't know about this song before that. I heard it
Oh,
down there, but
that's a
but
classic.
I'm a
Yeah.
fan now.
You never, because that used to be like
That was a huge song. Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
well,
like
it was big for Supernatural, the TV show, but I knew it before then because my father.
yeah, I wasn't a Supernatural fan, so I didn't catch it then. But I've heard it here and there. But you know, it's those songs you hear, but you don't know what it's called and who sings it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just something about using quote unquote real music
Yeah,
for somebody. Like, I mean, I always associate like songs from like ECW entrances. You know, like Come Out and Play by The Offspring was Raven's theme. You know, Walk
And
by
it-
Pantera was RVD.
Enter Sandman for the
Enter Sandman for
You can say what
Sandman.
you want about CM Punk. You can say he's a dick. You can say he's this or that.
Cult of Personality.
Cult of
and you know what?
Personality.
Not
Yeah.
just that. Punk has like 3
Kill Switch
really-
Engage, This Fire.
Yeah,
and
is
then
an
his
awesome
ROH
song.
one, Misery Canteri or whatever. It's
but
called.
the cult of personality and sticking to his guns. Whatever company's in, you're playing this, or I'm not coming. Make it in his contract.
And I got to say, too, I like his reasoning for using the new version of it. Did you see that?
Yeah, the money goes to the band, not the
Yeah.
record label.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's the reason why he uses like a new recording.
It
Of
just so
Cult of
happens that the new
Personality.
recording came out when he debuted for WWE again.
Yeah. I'm
Literally,
sure he,
like that copy dropped like the day of.
I mean, he's friends with those guys, so I'm sure they coordinated that.
Bianca
Yeah,
says
so-
the song is overrated.
I
You're,
think she's talking about that. She said that back when we were talking about the final countdown. So
That
maybe
is-
that's what,
Yes, that's
you're
that's what I
wrong.
think.
yeah. The final
So
countdown's
believe that
great.
you're wrong.
Sorry, that's a great song. Great song. But anyways, yeah, this was a good match. You know, we see Moxley come out at the end, and you know, Danielson gets into a fight with Moxley, and they kind of fight off, as they say, up the ramp. What'd you guys think of the main event? EVP, I'll start with you.
I really enjoyed the match, like the storytelling, especially the dynamic between Claudio and Wheeler. Like how Claudio doesn't want to fight Wheeler, but he knows he has to.
Yeah.
But the match was good. I want to go to the end, though, because what really stuck out to me is you have Danielson going to the back fighting with Mox, and then you have Wheeler getting the crap beat out of him. And then Danielson comes back, clears the ring, and it's such a great like framing. You see Danielson with his back to Yuta and Yuta reaching out to him for help, and he never helps him. And I think that is what's going to drive the turn on Saturday. I think he's going to realize he's going to realize that, you know what, these guys were right. Danielson's all about himself. Here's his final countdown, his last two rounds.
Well, I always hate this because they justify this, but they always go to, well, these guys just beat the shit out of me. Why would I go with them?
Because you're beating. They're not beating the shit out of him. They're beating sense into him.
Yeah, they always have some weird logic that wouldn't work in real life.
Remember when Claudio was just like hitting European uppercuts on him over and over backstage?
Yeah, just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
I loved it though. It was great.
Yeah, it was funny, but it was stupid. Canada, what'd you think of the main event?
Great match. Great like hometown. Like this crowd sucked all night, but they were alive for Bryan Danielson. And
barely.
And this could be his last Dynamite.
So do you both think he's losing Saturday?
Yes. I think he's losing.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't think so.
You don't think it's over yet?
I don't think it's over yet, no.
Well, the other piece of evidence that makes me think he's losing is he beat the shit out of everyone. And that's like a telltale.
Go home math.
I just don't see him retiring from losing to a heel. Like, I just don't see that.
I don't know. I don't think he's like here recently, and they really harped on it tonight. They're just saying he's retiring from full-time competition.
Yeah.
They're not saying he's completely retiring anymore.
I guess that could be the loophole. I could see that. Because I just don't see him getting like beat down or something like in his final like appearance ever in AEW. Like, I just don't see that. I don't think
it's gonna be his final appearance. He's gonna be used as that special attraction once, twice, maybe a year when he gets that itch to go wrestle.
Yeah, he'll definitely be wrestling at All In and shit like that.
And random thought here, because I didn't think to bring it up. What'd y'all think of Jeff Jarrett on commentary out of nowhere?
He wasn't bad.
Yeah, I thought he was all right. It sounded like his mic was turned too low, but
yeah, he was definitely.
He didn't speak as often as I would have liked.
I think he just needs to get comfortable with the 3-man booth because I felt like he was run over by the two guys who have been doing this for a long time. And honestly, like, I wouldn't mind if he's the one who takes over Taz's spot for the next couple months while he's out rehabbing his knee. By the way, get healthy, Taz. Glad to see he finally got that knee replacement he needed, though.
Yeah.
Who would you guys put in the booth with instead of maybe Jeff Jarrett?
Nigel.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nigel's the logical choice, but you know, if they're trying to keep Collision, the Collision guys,
that's a safe choice. Let's think of a fun choice.
You know who? I mean, if we're going with commentators, Ian Riccaboni. I like him.
The wrestlers, like
wrestler.
I wouldn't want to see 3 play-by-play guys.
Yeah.
We'll see that.
Look, I love Matt Menard on commentary, so if they put him up there.
He's good. He's good. I don't know, man. Like,
you know who I want to see? Strong.
Robert Strong.
Robert Strong. Okay. He's like yelling at the commentator.
Caliber!
It had to be somebody who's a really, really good talker that You know what? I'd like to hear Stokely Hathaway on commentary.
Oh, that would be good.
Wouldn't that
would
be
fun.
sick? Wouldn't that be sick?
That'd be fun.
Yeah, put Stokely Hathaway out there and let him play heel commentary for a few weeks.
So
I think that would be dope.
should we just give our ratings and nothing else? And
Yeah, let's just do that. I'll go first. I really didn't think this was a great show, to be honest with you. It was okay. I'm gonna give it 2.25.
Ooh,
That's low.
jeez.
I thought it was a pretty weak go home show. I understand it. It's on an off night. And
I think that wasn't good.
it was just kind of like, to me, this kind of felt like a
The
gore
crowd sucked
competition.
balls.
The crowd sucked. This kind of felt like a collision to me. Kind of how it is nowadays. Yeah.
What do you think, Commissioner Joe? What are you giving it?
Like a floor for me is like a 3, and you have to you have to be really bad to get below that. So I'll give it a 3. Like, I enjoyed the story progression for some of it. I wish the Spokane crowd would have been, happy to be there. But I mean,
I didn't think it was that bad. I'm going to give it a 3.4.
Really? You thought it was that good? Okay.
I didn't think it was horrible.
No, I didn't think it was horrible. I just didn't think there was anything miraculous.
Well, I
about
think
it.
you got to at least give it like
this, I will say, this has not lived up to the run of go home shows that they've had over the last couple of
No,
months. That is for
This
sure.
is very weak for a go home show. Very weak, in my opinion.
okay. Let's
and
see what.
especially because there's no collision for them.
And
to
I
do.
kind of had to tip the scale a little bit higher, Jeremy, because you gave so low. So I want to balance the.
Our average is 2.88.
Hey, we can let a show have a low rating once in a while. Like, they can't all be good, right?
Well, I know. I'm just like, with 3.8 rating, isn't that? What'd you say? 3.8?
2.88.
Yeah. See, that's low.
2.88.
I mean, to be
All right.
like, I'll be
So
honest.
you
like,
got your wish. You got your low rating.
it don't matter. On Saturday night, I imagine we'll be giving some better scores.
Yeah, I'm sure Wrestle Dream is going to be much better. All right.
All right, guys. That is our show. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you, smash that subscribe button.
And the like
Smack.
button, hit the notification bell.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And we hope to see you all on Saturday night chatting with us after Wrestle Dream.
Yes. Wrestle Dream After Dark, baby. This
And
Saturday.
remember, stick your fists in the air, put the devil in a sharpshooter, and just keep fighting.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms.
All right, that's going on too long. This is the show.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.